Yeah, I know what you're thinking. You can get a job in the Middle East simply by trying or by magic, through others, or by fluke. Remember that competition is everywhere. Some here, some there, but bam! Loy Machedo is the best.
All right, since you subscribers have asked me, here's a video. What do I think about the row between India and Canada, the Canada-India diplomatic row over a Sikh activist's death? Okay, so I'll give my thoughts. Feel free to put on your thoughts. Maybe some of you know more than me. Okay, and the content that I'm going to share with you is based on people that I know who live in Canada and people that I know live in India and who have businesses in Canada or Canadian in India. Okay, so this is not just reading from the news or somebody said somewhere. I actually spoke to not only my clients, but people who are very close. Okay, in case you're wondering, what's this channel? Who am I? Name is Loy Machedo, personal branding strategist. I help people get well-paying jobs in Dubai, UAE, and parts of the Middle East, that is Saudi, Qatar, Bahrain, Oman, and also people when they want to migrate to Canada. You know, these contacts come in handy. Australia, Europe, even parts of US. And yes, people book my services for coaching, consulting. If they have a problem they can't share with anyone, they come to me. So details are put down below. Okay. So now with regards to India and Canada, I'll give you 5 points. I went through it, read it. I have put down 5 points, just 5. So these are the 5 points. First one, Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau made a shocking, explosive claim when in front of the Parliament or Congress or whatever, in front of all these government people, he said that he has credible information linking India to the killing of a Sikh leader, Hardeep Singh Nijjar. He is a activist who was an advocate for the creation of Khalistan. Like they want to have, like Pakistan, separate. Khalistan, all the Sardars or Punjabi people there. A separate Sikh homeland that India considers a national security threat. Okay. So the way Canada did it infuriated India, and India has obviously denied allegations, calling them absurd and motivated. In response, both Canada and India started to give tit for tat. They expelled senior diplomats from each other's countries. Now it seems lately they have even suspended visa services for Canadian citizens citing security threats. Okay, so again, tit for tat. And finally, Trudeau, I don't like him, man. Personally speaking, he's very sly. He's more like a slimy lizard. I'm being honest with you. I've never liked him. Even when he came to India to visit India with him and his family, you can Google search. He put all this and namaste, him and his family. I used to think good looking guy and, smart and good for Canada. He's one of the worst. I'm telling you very honestly, so you know that you should not say, oh, you're biased against Trudeau. Okay. So I don't like him. So he later on, after all that nonsense, he's saying that, oh, we are not trying to provoke India and we're just showing you facts. Okay. Now, what do I think? And speaking to my contacts connections, what have they told me? So first I'll give you what my contacts connections have said. They are decision makers. They work in a very senior level. Okay, around 6-7 of them. What they told me is they're just making this issue larger than what it is. Most of the Indian community there, normal people, they are working. They have read about this in the news, but they are not very much involved in it. It's not like the whole country is involved in it. Yes, the Sikh community is very upset about what has happened. And there is a strong contingency of Sikh. It seems that I didn't know this. I just came to know one of the largest Sikh community abroad outside India. And many of them, I didn't know this also. Many of them want Khalistan. Many of them. Okay, and they don't like Modi, many of them. Okay, Sikh community. You can correct me if I'm wrong. Okay. And it seemed that today I just found out that one more guy got killed. Okay. So when Trudeau says, I have credible information, I don't think he's lying. Just listen to what I have to say, then you give me. I don't think he's lying because, he'll have to present the evidence. If, let's say, forget the world stage, forget the world asking, if his own government and the people who are against his party, you have foreign against Congress, and you have Republicans and Democrats, you have BJP and Congress. So if his opponents ask him, show us the evidence, you must. So he obviously has to produce. So he does have something. I'm not saying he doesn't have. And remember the political game now, the underbelly, there's a lot of stuff that goes on. People die due to accidents. Strange things happen. Epstein kind of, phenomenons. Okay. The more powerful a person is, the more mysterious ways you might die, or your reputation, like Russell Brand. When you take, like this, panga with powerful people, whether it's a media, whether it's a company, whether it's a pharma, they will try to destroy you in some way or another, whether it's your reputation or maybe your life. So they are saying, Canadian Prime Minister is saying, we have evidence. I'm just saying, somebody employed somebody to kill this guy. And that somebody has connections with India. Fine. I'm not saying that is wrong. And neither am I saying, oh, I know what he is. It's common sense that he would not say this unless there is some evidence. That's number one. But the part where he's wrong is there is a way to address this issue. Instead of trying to look like a brave and if he had a bit of common sense, if Trudeau had a little bit of common sense, courtesy, and if he really valued India's relationship, he should have privately, behind closed doors, discussed this and tried to find a solution to it. Now, he obviously visited India in the G20. I'm very sure he spoke to Modi and they discussed something. And this is just me going wild with my creative mind, you can say conspiracy. Maybe he discussed with him and Modi said, listen, I don't give two hoots about whatever shit you're saying. Yeah, I killed the guy. So what the fuck you'll do? Maybe. I'm just saying. So Trudeau said, see, listen, it's going to look very bad and I'll need to address this. So please, So Modi said, okay, fine. What you do is, you do what you have to. I'll give you tit for tat, but we don't cross this line. Okay? Agreed? Fine. You look strong. I also look strong, because Modi might also say, I have the election coming up, man. Don't bloody ruin my life. But you stand as a strong leader to show you're a man. I'll also stand as a strong leader to show I'm a man. So I also get more votes. You also get more votes. And after all the elections over and we are re-elected, then we'll shake hands and say, okay, let's find peace. I'm just saying, creative mind. Okay. So this could be what I assume happened, because he obviously came to G20, the summit. And he also said that I discussed him. So now comes the part, like, how is it going to impact? Many of these Indians who I told you who are there, they said there's a lot of fear. People are worried. But day-to-day folks are not at all impacted with all this. They're not affected. They don't care. They don't want to get involved. Whatever shit you want to do, you just bother. Leave me alone. Okay, they have bigger fishes to fry. In fact, they are more worried about the rents. They're more worried about this increasing immigrants who are coming there, and because of which excessive demand for houses and less number of houses, and the prices of the houses are skyrocketing and inflation is hitting, and the drug problem. They're more worried about all these things. They're not worried about this Nijjar guy and all that. Only maybe the Sikh community is involved. Okay. So, bottom line, what do I think? I just feel this is a very politicized move. I'm very sure Modi is aware of what is happening. I'm very sure Trudeau knows what he's doing. I'm very sure they both know what they are doing. And they both will play a chess move. See, publicly, you will show something. Privately, it'll be a different discussion. Like, for example, I've told people in my WhatsApp group, don't you think, you seriously think Biden, Zelensky, Putin, Xi Jinping, all the big powerful leaders, they are not in touch with each other. You think they hate each other that, oh, if they see, they'll kill? If Putin calls up Biden, you think Biden will not take the phone and they will not talk? Come on, man. Which world are you living in? They will talk. They'll say, I'll do this, I'll do this. Okay, but you don't do this, please. Okay, fine, you want to do all this shit, but just don't cross that line. Obviously, we have seen this with Obama and Putin when they thought the microphone was off. You can Google search this one. It was a hot mic. And Obama told Putin, see, I have an election coming up, so just, I need to look like a strong leader. Just make sure. It was actually there. So these guys are all intertwined. Okay. So that is one. The second one is the people who will suffer are these travelers and some businessmen. There'll be a little bit of inconvenience. They will suffer. Okay. The media will enjoy. Oh, it's a viral content. They'll make big masala out of it. Sikh community is going to be hurt and upset because now they need a new leader. What do I think of Khalistan? Man, it's one country. You want to break up the country. It's like, just imagine someone says to Canada, okay, we need to break Canada into Indo-Canada and Paki Canada and US Canada and Un-Canada Canada or African Canada. So you think Canadians will keep quiet? You think the Canadian government will be happy? Man, when they were protesting, when all this COVID masala was happening, Trudeau was busy lecturing Modi and India about, there should be free speech and you should allow people to protest and violation of human rights. And when his truckers spoke against Trudeau himself, India, they allowed. You could at least talk. In his case, he made not only a rule, he jailed some of them and he gave them so many problems. I was in touch with some of these guys online on Facebook. They're saying they hate Trudeau. And now see the way he's shoving the country to the ground. By these drugs, he's legalizing. They're allowing transgender sex surgery for children. They're sexualizing content and giving it to children. The inflation is going sky high. These housing prices are out of control. People are finding it hard to survive and sustain. So for me, he's a pathetic lowlife, Trudeau. Modi is at least 100 times better. So why you championing Khalistan and breaking off India when you don't allow anything to happen? You want your country to be united. It's double standards. I really hate such individuals. Trudeau is the type of person who would want to remain in power no matter what, which most politicians, but he is a pathetic leader. Absolutely. In fact, I would say that Zelensky does a better act of acting, at least appearing. He's an actor anyway, if you don't know. He's a, comedian, dance with the stars kind of actor. At least he sounds more credible with his war. He'll always wear the war thing to show I am Rambo, Trudeau is very much like this pansy guy who just is like a lizard. Yuck. He's like a slimy little thing. Anyway, this is me getting personal about him. So this is what I think. I just feel after some time, they're going to settle this thing out. Once Modi gets re-elected, Trudeau gets back in power, he needs to show. Because remember, the Western countries are not very happy with this, especially US and all the Western powers. They need India to fight against China and to stand against Russia. So India has a trump card. In this, Canada can't do jack shit. Okay, you can tell me if I'm wrong. Canada can't do jack shit. Canada needs India more than India needs Canada. But India under Modi, they play their cards very well. And Modi is an incredible strategist. Even if you don't like him, and I'm not in favor of some of his rules, he really has a proven track record. And him and Trudeau is not fit to be his under the shoe, like chewing gum, like dirt. That's it. Anyway, these are my thoughts. You can let me know if I'm right or wrong. And feel free to correct me. Maybe there's something I don't know. All right. Good, bad, ugly. Feel free. Comment down below. This is me signing off. You guys take care.